Okay, this is one of the best settings you can do on your inverter to minimize your energy usage from the NEPA or from the grid. That is, if there is always light in your estate, or you don't used to have power outage in your estate, but you are using a solar and inverter and you want to maximize the usage. So this is the best settings you are going to do. Let's go to settings number 4. There is it. Okay. Let's see it first before we apply it. You see this output source priority. You are going to select this one, which says PV, battery, and utility. That means PV provides power to the load first. If PV is not sufficient, battery will supply power to the load at the same time. Utility provides power to the load only when the battery voltage drops to the settings point in program 12. Let's look at program 12. Battery point back to utility. And okay, we are using the 48 volt system. Let's say self-defined is selected in program 8. The range is ranging from 44 volts, or okay, let's see program 8 is just the battery type. So, and it increases with an increment of 0.1 volt per click. But if you are using a lithium battery, that is, if the settings in this number 8 is set to lithium battery type, if it's set to lithium battery, you can, if limb is set in program 8, the range is set from 5% to 95%. Okay, what this simply means is that if you set your program number 4 to this, which is PV, battery, and utility, the load will see the PV first. If the PV goes or not sufficient, it will go to the battery. Your system will only use the utility when these settings on number 12, the voltage of the battery gets to a certain level. Let's use this, like, let me show you how you are going to do it. You long press this button, then go to the settings, you click enter. Let's go to number 4. It's on SUB. Let's check what we are supposed to set on this. Number 4, we are supposed to set SBU. So you click enter, change the settings to SBU. SBU, yes. Then you now go to settings number 8. Let me see if I can set this to lithium battery. Then let's go to number 12. Oh, it must be on lithium battery first before we can. There must be a lithium communication before we can set this in percent. Okay, but this is you see. Okay, let's just keep it at 44. Which is 44. 44 is too low. Let's leave it at that 46 as it is. Let's leave it at that 46 as it is. Because setting your battery to 44 is almost the battery being off. You understand? It's almost the battery being off. Let's say the battery has already totally drained. So let's leave it at this 46. So what will happen to the load is that the load will first recognize the solar to recognize the battery. It will only recognize the input or the grid when the battery voltage reaches 46 volts. So the inverter will now automatically switch your load to the NEPA. Then you also set your batteries not to charge with grid at all, which is settings number 5. You will set it on PV only, which is OSO. PV only. PV only. That's to maximize your units, so your units will not finish quickly. That is SO. OSO. LSO. Settings number 13. If the battery starts charging and reaches 54 volts, 54 is almost full. Okay. No, we might reduce it to maybe 52. So once the battery reaches let's say 53. If the battery reaches 53 volts, the inverter will still automatically transfer the load to the PV. So you are good to go. But you can only use these settings. You can only use these settings when there is always power in your estate or in your house. I mean, there is always NEPA light, but the bill they choke. The bill is too much, and you want to maximize your solar usage, your solar generation, and your inverter usage. You want to maximize it to almost 99%. You understand? This is only when you can use these settings. But if you don't have light always in your house, there is a downside, because the time the inverter might want to switch to grid, there might not be light and you'll be left in darkness. So there must always be light for you to enjoy these settings. And you maybe have enough solar panel to charge your batteries during the day and also supply your load during the day. Thank you and have a great day.